Welcome back to Margaritas in Paradise. I was thinking about this when I was on the road, and why is life after 50 so much better than, let's say, your home country? I'm going to use the USA as a good example. Stay tuned, we're going to go over all the hot topics and break it down for you. Why did you come here in the first place? Now, I wasn't unhappy in the USA. Things were changing in the US, and I wanted to be here. I was divorced, and I don't have any children. The pandemic speeded up my retirement plans, and I was already here in Thailand when that took place, and I ended up just staying. Some of my friends have reached their years of retirement, but they don't know if they can afford to retire, so they're thinking about having to work additional years. Many people come to Thailand. It's known as the land of smiles. People are smiling. It doesn't matter whether they're Thais or tourists. Everybody here is living a simple type of a lifestyle. It's laid back. They have everything to be happy for. I can only imagine if I walked around smiling all the time in the US. Imagine what would happen. I mean, if I was at a store and I'm looking at somebody smiling all the time, they're going to be, what's wrong with him? In Thailand, we don't think about what's wrong with them if people are smiling. I mean, why aren't you happy? Have you ever noticed how happy I am? Now make sure that you wait till the end of this video and check out the number one reason why life is so much better in Thailand. The last time that I was in the US, I ended up I went to Walmart, and I noticed all the homeless people that were out in the parking lot begging for money. It definitely made me feel uncomfortable. Now, I wasn't in any place special, but everywhere that I traveled around the country, whether it was Florida or Missouri, the Chicago area, or wherever it was, anytime I went to these different stores and that, they always had beggars out in these stores begging for money. They were everywhere. They were on the street corners. There were small tent cities. It was something that I just wasn't used to. And when you're here in Thailand, you do see a certain amount of beggars and that, but you don't see them all the time. For the most part, in this area of Thailand, you don't see the standard street beggars like you would see in the Philippines, for instance, where they're everywhere. Everybody's asking for money. It's such a poor country. But in Thailand, it's a lot different. How much better is life after 50 in Thailand than the US? I had a friend of mine waiting to have a knee replaced. It took him 3 months to get an appointment to go see his first line of a doctor before they do a referral to set up the knee replacement. And I think it was 6 months later he was finally having the surgery. He told me the process of getting the knee replacement authorized through his insurance company was just ridiculous. Okay, they kept putting him off. They wanted second opinions. He could hardly walk, but he had to jump through all these hurdles to ensure that this knee replacement was going to be paid for. I have other friends of mine that can't afford their medication. Okay, they're spending $500, $1,000 a month on medication in the U.S. I mean, that's ridiculous. People don't even bother going seeing dentists in the U.S. anymore. If they're not insured, there's just no way they can afford it. But you come to Thailand, and it's a whole different story. Healthcare, insurance, it's going up. Even in Thailand, it's going up. But it's not going to cost you as much as it does in the U.S. We have what they call medical tourism in Thailand. People literally come here to have their teeth taken care of. Because dental care is so good here, you're able to do things at a fraction of the price. I'm a good example of that. I had, just in the last year, I had 4 root canals and 4 crowns, and it ended up costing me approximately $800 total. Okay, total. for the entire process. I'll tell you, here's another thing, healthcare. Let's say you have the common cold. You can go to the local clinic. Here we have a place called Loma Clinic. I'll put a location for that in the description. I could go up there, be seen by a real doctor, get medications, and my total bill is going to be about 300 baht, $10. Now, on the other end of this, I could go over to Bangkok Hospital, Pattaya, which is probably the nicest hospital in this area. If I was just going there for the common cold, I could walk in and expect to see a doctor probably within 30 minutes or so. He's going to prescribe whatever medications, that sort of thing, and I'll probably be out of the hospital in less than, let's say, an hour to an hour and 30 minutes, and it's going to cost me approximately $45, 1,500 baht. Now, don't get me wrong, if you need to go see a specialist or something like that, you're probably going to have to make an appointment, but usually the appointments are maybe a few days out to a week out, something like that. As far as healthcare insurance goes, there's many people that come here and they gamble by not having healthcare insurance. Many people come here with travel insurance only, and they try to survive on that. There's going to be limits, and if you sign up for travel insurance or any type of healthcare insurance, make sure you're reading all the fine print. Like, check your existing healthcare from whatever country you're at and see if it's transferable over here. If you wanted to live on the beach for less than $500 a month, could you do that in the U.S.? You can do it here. I'm going to touch a little bit about my annual costs. Now, of course, I own this condo, but when you come here, you're going to have to pay rent. The rent prices are very reasonable, and it kind of depends on what you want, how big of a house or apartment or condo that you want, where it's located at. You can get really, really cheap, okay, when it comes to that. But for me, I pay an HOA fee, okay? That's a maintenance cost. It covers everything, like it's an annual fee that I pay, okay, once a year. It covers maintaining the pool, the fitness center, 24-hour security. We have a maintenance staff here, a cleaning staff. We have a juristic manager as well as a business manager that takes care of all the operations capabilities of this condo, all right? And there's lots of other things, just normal maintenance that's included. And so I pay 20,000 baht or $600 a year. Okay, that's not a month, a year. So that's my housing costs for living here in Thailand. Now, with that, there's other monthly things that you're going to have to take into account, like electricity. Normally electricity and water, it comes together in one bill, okay? For me, my normal electricity bill is approximately 2,000 baht a month, $60 a month, okay? Now that's running one air conditioning unit, probably 80% of the time in my condo. So if you had 2 air conditioning units, I would say that you could probably double the cost of the electricity. Here are some other things to take into consideration. Your cell phone service, okay, and data plan that kind of goes along with that. Now, how much would that cost you in the U.S.? Here, I have a unlimited data plan, and I pay a one-time fee once a year through AIS. I pay $100 a year, about 3,500 baht, and that's for unlimited phone and data. Now, it doesn't include like calling overseas, for instance. If I want to call overseas, then I have to put additional money, a load on my phone. In all honesty, I use things like FaceTime and Messenger and another app called Line app for making my video calls overseas. So that's the way I work it. You do whatever you want, do the things that are important to you, all right? How much would your phone service cost in the U.S.? I think it seems to me like it used to cost me I don't know, $100 a month, and I kept running out of data. Tell me in the comment section below what your phone costs. I also have a Wi-Fi service for my condo, okay, which is, I bought it, 600 download, 600 upload, specifically for my YouTube channel, super fast. When I download a movie, it takes only, let's say, a minute to download the entire movie, and I can stream. Everything's nominal, okay? Now for that there, I pay 4,400 baht a year, which comes out to be approximately $130. Now, if you have a data line in your home, what does that cost every year? Put that in the comment section below too. Now here are a couple extra things. Of course, I have a car, okay, and it's not something that you need. For me, I like having it. It enables me to travel, get on the road, go explore Thailand. My car insurance costs approximately 15,000 baht a year, or $500 a year. And I have the first class level insurance in Thailand, and that's something you definitely want as a foreigner, because you get into a wreck here, okay, or you have an accident, more than likely it's your fault. If you weren't there, it wouldn't have happened. So take care of yourself. Do not go with just government insurance. You need first class insurance if you're going to have a car or a motorbike here in Thailand. In addition, my motorbike insurance is about 6,000 baht a year. That, again, that's about $180. One of the things that I miss probably more than anything from the U.S. is prime rib. But I used to go to Roadhouse restaurant in the U.S., and there was another place called Outback Steakhouse as well. And today, you can expect to go get a prime rib there for about $25 to $30, depending on the size, per person. But just yesterday, listen to those birds, isn't it great? But anyway, I know they're fighting, but they sound good to me. Yesterday, I went out to eat with a buddy of mine, and we went to Torty's Beer Garden. Now, I think they have the best tenderloin in Thailand, and it's only 460 baht, less than $15 for a phenomenal tenderloin. I'll put a link to the location in the description below. Eating here in Thailand is so cheap, and if you like the flavors, okay, the spices of Thai food, this is the place for you. I mean, it is amazing how good it is, and there's all kinds of different foods here. International flavor for sure, so you can get anything you want, but if you can eat Thai food, you can live here on probably less than $10 a day. That's the way you survive in Thailand. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. You hit the little bell right next to it for notifications of future videos. Life after 50. What can you do? What can you expect? How much better can your life be? If you're coming here for weather, okay, this is a hot climate. For me, I would rather be here during a hot climate than cold. I'm done shoveling snow, okay? I don't want to drive on icy roads and things like that. That's just not me anymore. I've done that. I've been there. I bought the t-shirt. You know, in the last week, it's been 40 degrees Celsius, over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's just been hot. And you have to take care of yourself during hot weather like that. We have three main seasons here. The rainy season, you have the hot season, and you have the cold season. The cold season is going to be during what we call the high season. And it's going to stay, let's say, the end of October, and it's going to go all the way up until about April timeframe. During, let's say, November and December, you're going to have temperatures during the day that are pretty nice, maybe around 90 degrees or so. And then in the evenings, the temperatures are going to drop down to, let's say, the low 70s, maybe even high 60s. That's when I have to get out my hoodie. The weather here is fantastic for the right people. And today, right now, I'm looking at my watch and it's telling me this. It's 95 degrees out, but it feels like 115. And I'm sitting out on my balcony right now. I do have a fan running. You might be able to hear it in the background. It's fantastic. Do you see me sweating? You know, you become climatized to weather. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. You hit the little bell right next to it. I've been saving this for last. What are your dating opportunities in life after 50? You know, for me, life after 50 is recently divorced. In all honesty, I wasn't interested in somebody my own age. You know, I just wasn't. And I'd always had kind of a liking for Asian women in general. And I knew I wanted to come back to Thailand. I'm thinking in the back of my mind, I want this beautiful woman that's 35 years old or so, something like that, 35 to 45 years of age. She has to be super skinny. She has to be fit. She has to be wanting to be able to do the things that I want to do. I don't want somebody that has children that she has to take care of all the time, that have to go with us everywhere that we go. I want somebody that's already done that in their life, and we can press on with our lives, okay? I want somebody, I don't want to change my life. I want somebody to share my life with. Does that make sense? All right, so is that doable? In the U.S., is that doable? Let's say I'm a 55-year-old man, and I want a 35-year-old beautiful woman. What are my chances of getting that in Los Angeles? I don't know, you know. Now, I'm not talking about somebody that I have to pay. I'm talking about somebody to have a genuine relationship with. What's the chance of that? And I just didn't see it happening where I was. But in Thailand, you know, once a lady gets to be, let's say, 30 years old, for whatever reason, they're considered to be older now. So what are your chances of finding somebody 35 to 45 years old in Thailand? You know, are they a teacher? Are they a nurse? What are their perspectives of having a great relationship? Comparing my life to what I had in the U.S. compared to what I have here, I mean, it is apples and oranges. It's night and day. I had a really good life in the U.S. I did. And there wasn't a lot that I was missing, but here my life became even better. All right. There's times, as I talked about in my last video, that the traffic gets to me, or there's too many people here, or things like that, and I just have to get out of town. There's no doubt about it. But I always come back. It takes me only, you know, it takes me maybe a week or 2 weeks or something like that, and I start missing my home here. This is where I live, and I love it. Look at this scene. This is what I look at every day. I listen to the waves crashing on the beach before I go to sleep at night. Okay, and I wake up to this absolutely beautiful view every morning. And I just think to myself how lucky I am. I sit out here and drink coffee on this balcony, and I just have a great time. This is the life. There's no doubt about it. And you can do this too. All right. Now, again, listen to those birds. I don't even know what kind of bird that is. If you know what kind of bird that is, put it in the comment section below. Now, again, if you see me out on the streets and don't think you're bothering me in the least bit, come up. I want to talk to you. Say hello. Introduce yourself. We can sit down and have a beer or a cola or a coffee or something like that. I definitely want to meet you. All right. Other than that, you live the best life you can live. Okay? And do it in Thailand. Other than that, you have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. And thanks for coming along. Bye.